Hi, I'm Derek Brooks from Yamaha MotoUSA's Motorcycle Product Planning Group. So I'm here today to talk about the all-new Yamaha R3. Let's start with the engine. So it's an all-new engine for us. It's a twin-cylinder 320cc engine, parallel twin. It's a 4-valve dual overhead cam head design. The cylinders actually incorporate a bit of technology that we have been using on our motocross four-stroke bikes as well as the all-new R1, and that is an offset cylinder design. So basically just moving the cylinder center line just slightly offset of the crankshaft, and what that does is reduce some friction, which robs power. So you eliminate that friction, better response, better overall performance. The transmission on the R3 is a 6-speed transmission. It's got really nice gearing and gear spacing. First gear is actually quite a low gear ratio. It's really easy to release the clutch and not have to carry a lot of RPMs. It's quite a low gear, really easy for the new rider, but yet 6th gear really allows you to get out on the freeway and cruise at freeway speeds very comfortably and still have enough power and acceleration if you do need to pass cars or trucks, for example. Let's talk about the chassis on the new R3. So it's a steel diamond type frame that utilizes the engine as a stressed member of the chassis. So you're going to get the added rigidity, which is going to give you very solid, precise, and also nimble handling. The suspension front and rear handled by KYB. Nice 41 millimeter fork tubes up front, so big, nice, strong fork tubes. So very solid handling feel. The shock also in the back, KYB. Offers 7 levels of preload adjustability. Front and rear, the damping is very good. It's not something that's really undersprung or underdampened purely for the beginner rider. It actually has very good damping qualities and feel. The valving still works really well, even when you push it at harder paces and higher speeds. So the big thing on the R3 is it's really going to be a great bike for the beginner riders and even smaller riders. And so that was a very big part of the design and development of the rider cockpit, kind of the ergonomics. We really spent a lot of time focusing on making not only a low seat height number, because that's of course very important, and at 30.7 inches it's quite a low seat height, but also the way the seat is sculpted from the sides. It's a very narrow seat, and even through the body in the middle is very narrow, so it gives you real direct access to the ground. You're not having to really straddle something wide. But what's really unique about this bike that I found is even larger riders still feel quite comfortable. And I think a lot of that comes from the seat is a very flat seat, so it's not real sloping up in the back like some of the other sport bikes. You're able to scoot back and sit fairly upright because it does have clip-on bars that are positioned on top of the top clamp. So you can actually get a very comfortable upright riding position. However, if you do want to charge the corners harder or get on a racetrack, you still can really get on top of the bike and get in a real aggressive ride position. So it really has a nice character either way, if you want comfort or if you want to ride aggressively. But another really cool feature on the R3 is the meter. It actually encompasses a lot of the features found on the higher end sport bikes and even touring bikes. It has, of course, all the expected information of tachometer and speed and so forth, but it also shows you your instantaneous fuel mileage, your average fuel mileage. You can set an oil trip meter, so you can see it'll tell you when it's time to change your oil. It does have a shift light, which is maybe something not normally found on a smaller entry bike. Lots of information, dual trip meters, for example, or even a fuel gauge, which is always nice to have. The new R3 really incorporates some of that R series styling that you see on other bikes like the R6 and even the R1. The twin cat-eye headlights really mimicking the R6. So the R3 is going to be a great bike to introduce people, new riders for example, to that R series and that R series lineage. We also have all new 10-spoke aluminum wheels, really nice, lightweight, and a cool design. The new Yamaha R3 is going to be a great bike for a wide range of riders. Certainly the newer riders are going to love it because of its compact, easy to touch the ground size, very comfortable ride position. But what's nice about this bike is it's a bike that can really grow with you as you grow as a rider. So When you transition from being a beginner to a little more experienced rider, it has enough power and performance in that really smooth running twin cylinder engine, a chassis that's nice and firm and rigid, so it's not going to feel flexy once you do decide to maybe head out to the track and do some track days. Great brakes, great comfort. Overall, a really, really fun bike to ride.